What is up, y'all? It's Tress to Impress, and look at these luscious curls, y'all. I am coming to you today with a highly requested video on my Flexi rod sets. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn on your post notifications, and share this video. If you're interested to see how I get this look, stay tuned. Alright, so let's get straight to it. I hope you guys are comfortable because I am starting from scratch. I have already washed, conditioned, and detangled my hair, which is a little bit of the Mielle Organics leave-in conditioning spray. I'll make sure that all of the products that I use for this look are linked in the description box below so that you guys can easily access that link. And of course, you guys already know that you can use my discount code at checkout for a 15% off discount. So I start off by sectioning my hair into 4 sections. I do that with any type of roller set style that I do so that my hair is a little bit more manageable and it's not so overwhelming as you get started. So after sectioning my hair into 4 sections, I just choose any section to start with. I like to start from the back of my head because everything falls exactly the way that I like for it to do. So I strongly suggest to make this a little bit easier and faster that you start at the back of your hair and work your way up versus the other way around. It becomes more of a hassle. Now for this Flexi rod set, you could see in the beginning clip that it's a little bit more stretched out and you see a nice spiral corkscrew shape curl. And the way that I get that is by, instead of wrapping my hair from the end of the rod up to the root, or from the ends of my hair up to the roots, I start at the roots of my hair and work my way down to the ends. And it's almost like you twist your hair around itself as you twist your hair around the rod. And then I secure the end by folding my rod up, and I secure the root by folding the rod down at the top. So it's folded twice. I watched videos on this type of rod set for years, y'all, like literally years. When I first transitioned to natural, there were already videos on this type of Flexi rod set, and I just knew there was no way that my hair would stay rolled, like from rolling from the roots down to the ends, because I roll from the ends up to the roots, and I always like reinforce the end by wrapping the hair around itself a couple of times before I start to spiral. So it never, like, I just watched this video. I love the way the curls would come out on the girls that would do these types of tutorials, but I never tried on my own hair because I felt like it would be a waste of time. My hair won't stay, it's going to dry frizzy on the end, so on and so forth. I finally ventured out and tried the hairstyle when I had some extra time, and I hate that I wasted so many years not trying it, because your hair will stay wrapped around this Flexi rod if you use this method the way that I'm showing you. Also, the saturation of the hair is very important to helping it cling to the roller, and your drying method is very important. So as you can see here, I am adding a product to my hair. This is the Curl Mousse. I'll make sure that you know the name of the product, but it is a foaming mousse by Mielle Organics, and I use it kind of like a setting product. They also make a setting spray, but I did not use it for this particular roller set, but that's also a really good product to use if your hair tends to be more frizzy when you do roller sets. You definitely want to invest in the Mielle Organic setting spray to add with this mousse. But for me, the mousse generally gives me enough hold and enough definition for me to get a nice style. All right, now another key point is smoothing the hair for a roller set, especially of this type. So you can see here that I use my fade. I've been using my dimming brush to detangle, which I remove some of the combs from, and I'm also using a fade brush, the coarse side of a fade brush, when necessary, to make sure the hair is completely smooth. So if you have a tighter curl pattern, or if you have if your hair tends to be more frizzy, you want to use smaller sections to combat, excuse me, smaller sections. Girl, get it together. Smaller sections to combat that, and make sure that you have a nice sleek style. I'm actually using a little bit smaller sections of hair than I normally would with a Flexi Rod set, because I hate doing a Flexi Rod set and using 1,000,001 rollers. So I'm using a few more than what I would normally use, but that's because I was pressed for time and I wanted to sit under my hooded dryer for a smaller amount of time. So I used more rollers to make the section smaller, and then of course it's going to dry faster. So here I'm just speeding up the process. I'm doing the same thing that you've already seen over every section of my hair until it is complete. And I'll be right back. Hey y'all, it's Tress to Impress. The drip has finally dropped. Try Mielle Organics Moisture RX. Alright, so I'm all dry and I have started taking these flexi rods out of my hair. Now I always start at the back, because if you start on top, then the hair that's loose gets tangled in the rods that you're trying to take down in the back. So always start at the back or the bottom. They're the same. The lowest hair on your neck is the back. Well, for most of us. I'm so impressed with the results. I mean, I'm not surprised because Mielle Organics never disappoints. But I am so impressed. So that's pretty much what the curl looks like. You can see the length and then the pattern. Normally I would check my hair as I take my rollers out, but for this particular time I know for a fact it is super dry. I did smaller sections than I normally do, meaning more rods, and I know I sat under the dryer enough time for it to get a nice hard dry. after being under the hair dryer, what little moisture there is left in my hair, I want to secure it. So pretty much put it in my hands and rub it all over. You can see it gives a nice shine to my hair. And the final step, the most fun step, is separating the curls. So, of course, once again, I start at the back, work my way up. And you can see when I take one piece of hair, it kind of already has separations in it. So I move based on that. Now, as I started working through each section and separating my curls, I was really impressed with the waves that my hair was kind of falling into, and I realize now, you know, the camera wasn't really doing it justice. So I went more for a defined look and leaving the hair more flat and wavy versus the volume look that I normally go for, and you can see that on my Instagram page. But you can go for volume. It's just a matter of separating the curls even more using a pick at the roots or a raking comb. You can always go bigger, but you can never go in reverse and reduce the frizz or reduce the volume. So for this particular look, I wanted it to last a few more days. So I started out with more of a defined look. And then, of course, it grows with as far as volume from day to day. As the days go on, it gets bigger and more beautiful. So remember, you have full control of the style, you know, the definition versus frizz, the shape, all of that. Okay, at this point, I am just being dramatic. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you got some things from this tutorial that you can use. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notifications by clicking the bell. I am working on a video with extra tips for flexi rod sets for all different hair types, so be on the lookout for that, and you'll be the first to see it if you turn on your post notifications. Thanks for tuning in.